Hi, my name is Nicholas Pulling, and in this video I am going to be going further into detail about my input manager system and my situation manager system, as well as my master widget system. All right, let's get into it. So this first menu is showing the manager, all of those systems in action. So it is receiving input from the controller, feeding it through the input managing system, feeding those variables through the situation system into the master widget, which is then delivering that information into the menu. Menus perform an action when the button is selected, and then the player receives that new information, that selected button, that change. Here, we're finally getting into the first cinematic situation, because the situation is determined by what widget is on screen. And as the developer, I always have the choice of there always being a widget on screen, even if the player does not realize that there is a widget on screen, if that makes sense. So right now the situation is a cinematic, the first cinematic being the credits. Easy enough. All right. So even though it's in a cinematic, it should have its own relative menu, just because people like to play around in the settings while watching a movie. Maybe they need subtitles, maybe they need to play with the volume, maybe they need something to change. Or they want to skip to the end because they've seen this movie 1,000 times. Let me get to the gameplay. For an artistic choice, I had the cinematic not really skip all the way to the end. I like this as an artistic choice, just from it's okay, it got the gist, moving to near the end. As a developer, this might help me in that it gives me time to move things around in the background. But yeah, so controller, input manager, situation manager, master widget or player character, master widget to menu.